and Allah over His throne. Are we clear in this? Are you clear or not clear? Alhamdulillah. So no more details if we understand when we apply the same ruling for the rest. طيب قال الإمام أحمد رحمة الله تعالى عليه وروى هذا الأثر ابن بطة في الإبانة الكبرى نعبد الله عز وجل بصفاته كما وصف به نفسه قد أجمل الصفة لنفسه ولا نتعدى القرآن والحديث. Imam Ahmad said rahimahullah, we worship Allah with His attributes as He described Himself. We do not exceed the Quran and the Sunnah. We do not exceed the Quran and the Sunnah. وقال عبد الرحمن بن القاسم صاحب الإمام مالك لا ينبغي لأحد أن يصف الله إلا بما وصف به نفسه في القرآن ولا يشبه يديه بشيء ولا وجهه بشيء لكن يقول له يدان كما وصف نفسه في القرآن وله وجه كما وصف نفسه يقف عندما وصف به نفسه في الكتاب فإنه تبارك وتعالى لا مثل له ولا شبيه ولكن هو الله لا إله إلا هو كما وصف نفسه. عبد الرحمن بن القاسم said, he was the companion of Imam Malik. He said it is not permissible for anyone to describe Allah except with that which he described himself with in the Quran and on the Sunnah. And one is not to resemble his, means Allah's, two hands with anything. Allah in the Quran mentioned that He has hands. So we believe that Allah has hands. You cannot say, when you confirm it, you are doing what you are ordered to. But we do not say hand like a hand or hand similar to a hand. This is not allowed in our creed aqidah because Allah ليس كمثله شيء. No one is like Allah عز وجل. الأمر الرابع الذي لا بد له منه عدم الخوض في كيفية الصفات. قال الله عز وجل ولا يحيطون به علما. So the fourth matter, not to delve into the كيفية, how-ness. الرحمن على العرش استوى. You cannot ask me or ask anybody else how He rose because we do not know that. So it's not allowed to discuss how-ness, the reality of Allah's attributes which we have no knowledge. Allah the Almighty said in the Quran as an evidence, and they will never encompass anything of His knowledge except that which He wills subhanahu wa ta'ala. الأمر الخامس الثناء على الله تعالى ودعاؤه بها في كل مقام بما يناسبه. The fifth matter, praising Allah and supplicating to Allah the Exalted, using these beautiful names and attributes as it fits the particular occasion. يعني على سبيل المثال يستحب لمن أراد الرزق أن يسأل الله باسمه الرزاق. يعني يقول يا رزاق ارزقني. لكن لو قال يا الله ارزقني ينفع ولا ما ينفع؟ طبعا ينفع ولا حرج. So if it is highly recommended when you want to supplicate to Allah Azza wa Jal to choose the specific name that matches your need. For example, somebody wants rizq, provision. So it's highly recommended to say, Ya Razzaq, give me rizq. But if somebody said, Ya Allah, give me rizq, it's okay, no harm in that. وإذا أردت الرحمة فيفضل أن تقول يا رحمن يا رحيم يا رحمن السماوات والأرض. If somebody wants mercy, it's highly recommended to ask Allah with the name the merciful, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, and the like. So these are the bases that Ahl Sunnah have to deal with the names and the attributes. هذه القواعد وضعها وجعلها أهل السنة للتعامل مع الأسماء والصفات. أسأل الله عز وجل أن يرزقني وإياكم الإيمان الكامل. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to provide me and provide you the perfect and complete Iman. So now we know believing in Allah, to have it as it is, you have to believe in the three types of Tawheed, to bring them fully. Once you do that, inshallah, you are among those who achieved al-Iman billah. جزاكم الله خير وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
جزاكم الله خير شيخنا. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to reward Sheikh Mahmoud abundantly. What is the second pillar, inshallah, in the pillars of Iman? ما هو الركن الثاني من أركان الإيمان? To believe in الملائكة, angels. So, inshallah, believing with angels or in the angels with Sheikh Muhammad. Jazakumullah khair for your patience. I'm pretty sure that you will sit longer for watching the football game, right?
Yeah, and the traffic will be heavy also.
نعم. طيب بارك الله فيكم.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونصلي ونسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. So, inshallah, the lecture we're going to have is about Iman bil Malaika, or the Iman, the belief in the angels. But I just wanted to add a couple of points just because of their importance, especially in the area we live and the time we live in. Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, he was asked, what do you say about the person who says that Allah is not above his arsh? And he said this person's a kafir. This person is a disbeliever. He said, okay, if we affirm he is above his arsh, but we don't know whether his arsh is above the heavens and the earth separate from his creation, as Sheikh Mahmoud was mentioning, or not, he said he is a kafir. And with respect to the istiwa, or the ascending above his throne that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did after he created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, Imam Malik said about it, to believe in it is a must. It's obligatory. It is a haqq, a truth that it happened. But to ask how is an innovation. So we must get into that mode that we don't have to see everything to believe it, right? This is why on Yawm al-Mazid, the day of increase in Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will say, أين عبادي الذين أطاعوني بالغيب ولم يروني? Where are my servants who worshipped me without having seen me? Who believed in me without having seen me? And this is an elevation in Islam that we hope to always achieve. One of those, the second pillar of Iman, as was mentioned by the two mashayikh, Hafidhahumullah ta'ala, may Allah have protect both of them and preserve them for us, inshallah. The second pillar was the belief in the angels. And we heard it from the hadith of Jibreel. And it was also mentioned, as they said, in the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَيْسَ الْبِرْ أَن تَوَلُّوا وَجُوهَكُمْ قِبْلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ وَلَكِنِ الْبِرَّ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَالْمَلَائِكَةِ وَالْكِتَابِ وَالنَّبِيِّينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said what means that righteousness does not only mean that you turn your faces to the east and the west. It doesn't mean that you just face the Qibla and you're righteous. Righteousness is believing in Allah and the last day, and in the angels and the books of Allah and the prophets. And anyone who does not believe in any one of these, or denies them, or denies an aspect of them, then this person is not a true believer. قال الله ومن يكفر بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا. And anyone who does not believe in Allah, or His angels, or His books, or His messengers, or the last day is surely greatly misguided. Now I'm going to, just because of time's sake and everything, I'm just going to cover so many of the aspects of the malaika, of the angels. Because just like Allah, how can you worship the one you don't know? Well, the angels, for you to believe in them, you can't just say, I believe in the malaika, but you don't know their qualities, their character with their believers, the character with the disbelievers. So it's important that we know these qualities. So I'm going to skim them really quickly. I did, a few years ago, 5 khutab, 5 Jum'ah sermons just on the malaika. So we're going to just summarize it in the half hour, 40 minutes, inshallah ta'ala, right now. So I'm going to just read many different things, and for time's sake, some of them we'll just read the description in English so that we have those. Again, we must know about them in order to believe in them truly. Yani, if we took in our minds that the malaika, that you have one over your right shoulder and your left shoulder, in front of you and behind you, that right now, because we're studying the book of Allah and we're studying the deen of Allah, that there are malaika in this masjid, encircling us, insha'Allah, asking Allah to forgive us and have mercy on us. They will go to Allah and He will ask them, what were my servants doing? And He will tell them, and they will tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though He knew, He knows, they will still respond to Him with what they witnessed. So the qualities of the malaika, we cannot see them, and we only know what Allah and His Messenger ﷺ told us about them. They were created before the humans, and they were concerned when Allah created the humans. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Baqarah, He says what means. And mention when your Lord said to the malaika, pay attention to this. Because the angels before the humans were more than just the creation of Adam by the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Listen what they asked. Allah said, I will surely place a khalifa, successors on the earth. They said, will you place on the earth people who cause corruption and spread and spill blood? What do we see of the human beings on earth nowadays? Spreading corruption and the spilling of blood. And the malaika knew it. So they said, why would you do this? Are you going to put this khalifa on the earth, successors on the earth, when they'll cause corruption and spill blood, when we glorified you and praise you and give honor to you? He said, إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. I know indeed what you do not know. Allah knew there would be anbiya, prophets and messengers. He knew there would be righteous ones who would follow them. And of course, they would have their stature. The number of angels, only Allah knows how many there are. But there are some issues where that number was fixed for us. For example, the ones who guard Jahannam, قال الله عليها 19 وما جعلنا أصحاب النار إلا ملائكة وما جعلنا عدتهم إلا فتنة للذين كفروا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, over Jahannam, guarding Jahannam are 19 angels, 19 guards. And we have not placed those guards over the fire except as a trial and a test for those who have disbelieved. And there are these 19 helpers or guardians of Jahannam. When this ayah was revealed, Abu Jahl, he made fun of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, saying he only has 19 helpers. So Allah revealed, وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. And only no one knows the number of your Lord's soldiers except for Him. So we don't know their exact amount. But we have other hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said that Jahannam on Yawm al-Qiyamah will be pulled forth, and it has 70,000 chains or ropes. and on each rope and chain to pull it forth on Yawm al-Qiyamah will be 70,000 angels. Just to bring Jahannam, it's already created, but to bring it forth, right? 70,000 times 70,000 is 4.9 billion angels. Just for that task, Yawm al-Qiyamah, to bring Jahannam forth. Other hadith indicate large numbers. That every human being has an angel over their right and left shoulder, one in front of them and one behind them to guard them and protect them and to guide them towards goodness. And then you have the ones who circle the earth, always looking for those making dhikr, etc. There's a hadith which is Hasan in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad that said on Laylatul Qadr, the angels on the earth are more than the number of pebbles on the earth, the little stones and rocks. So the angels, from them, some of them have names, and if we get to them, we'll get to it. From the Quran and the authentic Sunnah, like Jibreel and Mikael, Malik, Harut, Marut, Israfil, Munkar, Nakir. Some were mentioned without specific names, like Malik al-Maut, his name is Malik al-Maut. The angel of death, his name is the angel of death. It's important for me to note here that Shaitan, that Iblis is not what the non-believers think of, that he was an angel who fell from his high rank because he disobeyed Allah. He was never an angel. كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. He was from the jinn and he disobeyed Allah when he was commanded. So we know that Iblis was a jinn, he was not a fallen angel. So where are the malaika? Well, they usually stay in the heavens, but they come down when Allah orders them to. Or when they take things up to the heavens. Some of their qualities, we can't see them or hear them, we can't touch them, but they vary in status, power, size, number of wings. Some are close to Allah, some fought in the battle of Badr,